Alright, so for my 1.2 viewers, this is the setup that I have. It's a Sigma lens, 150 to 600. Does the job. It's kind of an overkill for planes that kind of go on this path here, it's a bit of an overkill, but here I'll show you what I have, what I can get from. Get relatively close. It's a southwest pulling back. Essentially, this area you can pretty much do away with a 400 millimeter lens. The 600 is when I'm out at San Francisco International, or I've used it at LAX. But again, like here, just a bit of an overkill. You have to adjust the lens, and it's a quick pan to get the airplane landing. Just wanted to show a little bit of behind the scenes. This is my first live stream using my cell phone. My first live stream period. So hoping to do more live streams once I get the subscribers up a little more, and just get all my equipment dialed in. But this is just more of an improvised live stream, just to kind of show you the rig that I use. I pretty much improvise it. Every time I come out, I try something different. This is the Ninja monitor. I can record onto it. I have a hard drive. I can record onto it. I get the footage from the camera. It's a Canon R5, and I get the footage. Well, the signal comes out via HDMI, goes into the Ninja. I can record straight to the Ninja, or I can. I'm also recording onto the camera mainly. I'm just doing a couple test recordings onto the Ninja. I've used it several times on other types of productions, but for this purpose, I'm just doing a few tests with it. The thing to keep in mind with the Ninja is it's great. However, it does take up quite a bit of the fan that starts to kick in. So if you have your microphone mounted near the monitor, you're going to get some noise. Also, the Ninja does record in a more of a contrasty color tone, so it's not going to be identical to what you see in the monitor out of the camera, the files recorded from the camera. So this is going to give you a little more of a contrast look if you're recording onto the Ninja. I have an SSD drive. It's actually a SATA drive, but so yeah, I'm just doing a few different test runs with the Ninja. And again, I've noticed with the internal stabilization of the lens, when I have the lens turned on with the IBIS, it actually starts to sense the wind particles in the air, and the sensor starts to make the image just kind of kick to the right, go from left to right. So I went ahead and I turned off the stabilizer, and I'm only running the stabilizer on the camera. I noticed that when I was out at LAX and I was recording, some of the footage was just bouncing from left to right, and I figured it was going to be something to do with the stabilizer. And over here, if I can get this. Right there, I'm at 600 millimeters. And this side over here, we have, again, I'm at 600 millimeters. This is perfect for this distance. So just so you kind of get an idea how far back I am. Also, this location, I think this location is a little more, it's a little better for photography. It's just because you do get pretty close to the airplanes here. They do fly really close to you. I'd say we're at about maybe 300 yards. We're probably about 300 yards from where the plane touches down. Taking off. So we are at about 300 yards, and then I think we are maybe 100 yards from where the airplane feels like the airplane's about 300 yards out, further out that way. So it's about 100 yards from where I am. So you get a pretty good shot, really close shot if you want to do photography. This is a great location. I was planning on doing some spotting from the parking garage, but it was full. So just came out here. This is my location B, and realized that the gates here were open. So just came in to get some shots before they kick me out of here. Ask for forgiveness. But so again, this is So again, here at Sacramento, it's kind of an odd spot because you're at an angle. So you get the airplanes really close to you here, and then they go far away from you quickly. So you have to pan really fast. It's kind of a weird little setup. There's another location right about there, so right where those trees are, right past those trees. It's a private property that they've been allowing people to go in there and just, you get really close to the fence and you get a straight shot from where the airplanes are taxiing and getting ready to take off. And so you get just almost a head-on shot for that. It's a pretty cool shot, cool location, except it is a pain getting in there. Pain getting to that location, you have to go off-road, and it really does mess up your car. The road's not the best. This location, pretty straightforward, easy. The airport location on the, if you're gonna be on the terminal, it's really a Terminal A parking lot. If you use the Terminal A parking lot, you have to go all the way to the roof. And if you're on the roof of the parking lot, you can get a cool shot of the east runway. Mainly the east runway. You can get some of the Deltas, the Hawaiian Airlines taking off. That's a great location. You get some really cool shots. For most of the action is happening over here on the west runway here, and so you're going to get all these Southwest airplanes landing on this side, which is basically the most action you're going to get over here is the Southwest airplanes. So typically I'm out here on the west side. I prefer, as far as getting the best shots, is going to be on this side. You go into the area over past those trees, you get a really clean shot. Cool spot. Here you can get some really cool landings. You get really close, but again, it's a little tricky because the airplanes start really close to you, and then bam, quick, you got to pan. And so when you're at 600 millimeters, you kind of have to get used to adjusting the lens quickly. We zoom into. So these are the airplanes getting ready to take off. So just so you kind of get again another idea, I am at 150. I am at 150. I'm zooming in to 600. Again, it's a pretty decent shot from here. I could drive up the road a little more, but I don't want to risk getting stuck here. Just so you kind of get an idea of the east runway. Again, this is more of a behind the scenes live stream. Hopefully I get my setup to do live streams from video from the camera here soon. It's going to take me a minute to get things dialed in and get set up, and ideally a location that's a little less secluded. You'll see a few cars drive by here, but not very many. Waiting for someone to arrive, you can easily just hang out here, watch them land, and then you can drive over. You can be, by the time you get to the pickup location, they've pretty much arrived. You can pretty much just pick them up down at the pickup zone by the time you get there. I heard in the news, it was watching an article, it said that Sacramento International Airport was considered the most stress-free airport. Not sure if that's in the country or in California. I agree, as long as you're not flying Volaris. If you are, then you probably don't agree with that. It's cool. I appreciate the 2 likes, my 2 viewers. Don't mean to sound sarcastic, but hey, we got to start somewhere. Landing here pretty soon. Let me check maybe I can mount the point it at the monitor, just for fun. Try this out. Do have a few departures happening. So maybe we can stay busy with the departures. Somebody pull up. Looks like they're doing something. Just waved by. They didn't bother me, so that was good. All right, so my card is full, but luckily I have space on my external recorder here. It is pretty windy. So I am now recording directly onto the Ninja, onto the external monitor. Actually, let me take this off. Bear with me. Yeah, so I'm recording straight onto the external monitor. All right, here we go. Recording onto the camera, recording onto the external monitor. Cessna flying out. Bear with me while I adjust this mount. Most of the airplanes took off already that were lined up to take off. There's, I believe this is a Delta that is lining up on this side. Change the battery. Yeah, there's not very many cars going by here. It's pretty quiet. There's a truck coming back. I don't know if they're going to ask me to leave. It's all good. They do. Just step outside the gated area there and we'll be good. Probably going to be heading out here soon. Anyways, put this on the tripod. Alright, yeah, that's a United taking off. Here comes a truck. Let's see what they say. Let's just wave goodbye. Cool. Yeah, I know this live stream must be a little boring to you guys, especially if you're used to seeing airplanes up close. This is more intended for me to test out my some of my equipment, test out the live stream from my phone. Again, this is like the first time I'm actually live streaming. On this side when I'm out here by over at this on the property that's over here on the west side, some of the staff from the airport have driven up to the gate, really close up to the gate, and just asked us what we were doing. And there's a few people, maybe 3 or 4 people, plane spotting, getting some shots, and we just told them that we were just getting pictures of airplanes, and they said, all right. have fun, and they drove off. So they're pretty easygoing out here if you just let them know what you're doing. I believe they're used to, if they've done this job for a while, they're used to seeing plane spotters and usually know how to approach us, and pretty friendly. So plane spotting out here is pretty easy going. You don't get a lot of traffic on the weekends about this time. Maybe early in the mornings you do get a little more. Tuesdays and Wednesdays does get pretty busy. We have a Southwest airplane taking off, getting ready to lining up here. I have to set up the screen protector on my Ninja monitor. The reason I didn't put it on is because I wasn't sure I was going to keep it. Didn't feel like I needed one, but now I'm glad I kept the monitor. For example, today it really saved me because I filled up the camera, I filled up the card of my camera. I was recording an airplane taking off, and I left it recording when I picked up the cell phone and started doing more, the behind the scenes live stream, and I left it recording. So the card filled up, but I have the Ninja and I have plenty of space on this drive here. Plenty of space, so it saved me today. So it's not all a loss. Again, this is behind the scenes of what my plane spotting setup looks like. It doesn't always look like this. I sometimes change it up. I have a different microphone setup. I'm usually not using this monitor. Recently started using it, and I've liked it. I also have a hood, but since we came back from our LAX trip, I haven't. I took it off, put it somewhere. Just gotta look for it. And then also I gotta swap out this HDMI cable. It's not long enough, so and it is a little tricky because the Canon has this micro mini HDMI out that is not a standard size HDMI, so finding a cord is a little tricky. All right, here comes some workers. They might ask me to leave. Now, doing some work out here. They're pretty easy. He might ask me to leave, not sure. We'll see. And it's not really asking me to leave. He'll probably just ask me to step outside the gate right over here. So again, I know this is my aviation channel, and I am trying to get as much aviation content uploaded. So let me turn this off. So I'm trying to get as much aviation content uploaded. This is me out here testing out. Well, first of all, getting some airplane shots. It's a pretty quiet day. We don't have anything for another 12 minutes. I'll probably get that landing, and it should be here on the west runway. I'll get that landing and then probably pack it up for the day. But the goal today is to test out this live stream. I've never streamed from my cell phone or from a laptop, or directly to the camera. That's my next step. For now, I'm just getting used to mainly looking for the right spot to do this. It's probably gonna have to be if possible from the parking garage right up there. And preferably would maybe not want to be out here. There's just way too much dust. And I don't want to get all the dust on my equipment. So yeah, it's not quite as exciting today as it is other days. Because you really don't get a ton of traffic. You do get a bunch of Southwest airplanes landing here. This is a big Southwest airport. Most of the airplanes are Southwest that are landing here, and you get a few Spirit, Delta. You see quite a bit of Delta, Hawaiian. You do get some Hawaiian airlines out here, and there is an Amazon warehouse. Amazon and Walmart warehouse is right over there, so you do get the prime airplanes landing here regularly. That's one of them. So I'm just waiting for that airplane that is arriving. Let me check where it's arriving from. One sec. Arriving from Boise at 1:30, and that'll be my last airplane for the day. And there's another one landing from Dallas. It's American Airlines. That's going to be on the east runway. But I wanted to show you guys how close the airplanes do get to you when you're out here. Yeah, as you can tell, it's really quiet today. There's no way you would be this quiet in San Francisco or even most other international airports, to be honest. There's a Spirit about to take off. Let me see where it's going. I believe that Spirit's going to Las Vegas. Banana planes. Alright. Let me mount this my camera rig. Get this airplane taken off really quick. Another plane arriving. See it right over there. Close I can get to it. Southwest. Yeah, I think what I'll do is I'll come out here, do a couple test live streams. Again, I believe YouTube, what they do is they set you up with they allow you to live stream, and if you don't have the 1,000 subscribers and the 4,000 watch hours, what they do is they'll cap the number of viewers that can join the live stream. I could be wrong. If you guys know the exact number, or if it's different information than what I'm providing, please let me know in the comments. But I believe it's 25 viewers when you're live streaming mobile, and that if you don't have the 1,000 subscribers requirement and the 4,000 watch hours or 5,000 watch hours, whatever it is, they'll cap the number of viewers that you can have on your live stream, on your mobile live stream. And that's fine. It's, you start somewhere, and for the most part you want to have some at least start doing these live streams. It's great that they do it, to be honest, because you start getting used to live streaming, and most importantly, you figure out what's going to work for you, what doesn't. So, by the time you do build up to the 1,000 viewers or subscribers, you're going to be able to live stream more solid information and content than basically what I'm doing now. And again, at the moment, this is mostly for behind the scenes, just kind of documenting my process of plane spotting, recording the airplanes, and also doing some of the photography. I do some of the photography, spotting, not as much as recording the airplanes, but also this is an opportunity for me to provide some of the behind the scenes stuff, and so that you guys kind of see what is my process of when I go out plane spot. And as far as like locations, Sacramento is just really close by. It's an easy okay, I'm gonna go plane spot for a couple hours and go back to doing what I was doing for the day. Going to SFO, San Francisco, that location is just a great location. You get so many airplanes. I almost like it more than LAX. You know, LAX and SFO, they have their you know, they both have their own magic, right? So SFO, you get a lot of you do get a ton of traffic, but it's not as busy as it would be at LAX. It's just nonstop, and you get all the heavies nonstop. And SFO, you do get a ton of heavies, but it's I feel like you get to appreciate the airplane a little better at SFO, just because it is not as hectic, as busy, if that makes sense. And I don't mean that to knock on LAX at all. I love LAX. I just feel SFO is just a little quieter. Enough. It is enough quiet for us to really enjoy the plane spotting, and then just the scenery is just amazing. It's an amazing shot that amazing shot from getting the main runway. And then just depending on where you're positioned, you can get some really great close-ups of the airplanes approaching, or not approaching, sorry, but lining up to take off. You get the drag race takeoffs. Those are great. And of course at LAX, there's just getting that shot from the alley. I can't recall what they called it, but just that shot from the alley is pretty cool. You get all the shots of the heavies, or even when you get I believe there's a video that I have where you have the smaller airplanes, and then you have the heavies lined up right behind them. You get that true perspective on how big those heavies are, and how how many people they're able to transport in one flight, and why they're important for some of these airlines. All right, I think we have the airplane from Boise, I believe, coming up. Okay, we get this shot and probably be heading out right after that. Let's see what we get. It's still kind of far away. If I can spot it. I can zoom in on the airplane. Here it is. Right at the bottom of the screen here. Zoom back out. All right, and we'll just get this landing and call it a day. Let me get my shot set up here. What is this? No, this is not the Southwest West Boise airplane. I believe this is Alaska. Get an idea how close we get to the airplanes. You gotta, and you can really get a really cool shot of the tire smoking, and then this tire smoking and screeching. That was the Alaska Airlines. I'll just wait for the Southwest airplane. It's coming in from Boise. I believe it's a 737-8. Not a MAX 8, just a regular 8. Yeah, on that one I was zoomed out all the way and I can see the pilot. So just so you kind of get an idea, I am right now zoomed all the way out, and on my end it looks this close at 150 millimeters. So if I zoom in even more on my lens, I can probably see probably get really close into the airplane. Not in the airplane, just really close to the airplane. You have a Delta gearing up to so if you've ever been to Long Beach, Burbank, Santa Ana, this is very similar to those airports. I can pretty much arrive 40 minutes before my flight and get through security, get through get through TSA, get dropped off, get through TSA, and still have 30 minutes to spare. This is a really easy going airport, very efficient. Waiting for the battery was starting to die, so just waiting for that 737-8, and then I will call it a day. I had to plug in my phone. I was running out of juice. And see, that's the other thing to consider when live streaming. You have to come in with battery packs. You have to really prepare. It's not as simple as, okay, let's take our camera out. You see those guys AVL Aviation videos live. You have Sal, Cali Planes. Those guys, they do a great job. They bring out a bunch of equipment, and it's not a simple thing to do. You have to plan for it. You have to be ready with the right equipment, the battery packs, your laptop. They hook up to ATC and to get that feed. Then you're out in the elements. In the summertime, you're out in the heat. In the wintertime, you're out in the cold. Many times it rains. So you have to take all that in consideration. If you're in San Francisco, you pretty much you very well be ready for the heat and the cold temperature, because it can be, you know, it can be warm during the day and you start hitting 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and that the marine layer comes in and it's freezing. So, and you got to make sure your gear, your equipment is suited for that as well. You know, the moisture, the humidity when you're out at SFO, you're really close to the bay, you're really close to the water. So I just saw that Southwest airplane turn around. So what they do is they'll turn around on the west, and then do a U-turn and fly back to catch the landing when they're landing from north to south. All right, so this is the Southwest. I believe that it's flying in from Boise. It's a 737-8. And this time I am gonna try to zoom in as much as I can when the airplane is close to me. Goes. Airplane's approaching. Not sure if you can see it on the cell phone, but probably not. Oh yeah, you can. It's a small dots. All right, here he goes. Here he goes. I'm zoomed in all the way. That is it for today. I'm gonna wrap things up. I'm gonna pack things up and then prepare for. All right, that's it for today. I'm gonna wrap it up. Yeah, so like I said, this was just for behind the scenes, more of a test live stream for me, and I plan on doing more live streams in the near future. I just have to get my equipment dialed in to be able to do it correctly and figure out where I'm going to be doing it from. But thank you guys. I will have this uploaded soon. Thanks. Bye.